Good evening. My name is Reverend Dr. Wallace Gator Bradley. I got a very interesting story. June 18th, 2026, a judge granted my motion to represent myself in my case against Mark Maxson, whom I was very instrumental, as you know, it's been all over the media, to be a part of a team that I helped create to help get him out of Stateville Correctional Institution for murder and rape that he didn't commit of a child. And to the point of helping him to receive compensation from the city of Chicago to the tune of $8,750,000. I did all this under contract. Also had his word. He signed the contract. I signed the contract February 7th on my birthday, 2013. He signed the contract behind the wall of Stateville Penitentiary on February the 8th, 2013. I was under contract as his Urban Translator. Yet, I have to go to court to fight to receive my compensation. He breached the contract. There's a thing called quantum mad. But I'm going to be deposing Mark Maxson July 23rd, 2026. As you know, and as you will see, I did a lot to help him by God's mercy and grace. But I want to talk about some more good news. Mayor Brandon Johnson, on July the 8th, broke ground on the long-awaited Memorial Burge torture victims. The City Council pledged a lasting tribute as part of a 2025 agreement authorizing $5.5 million in reparations to 57 victims that was tortured under disgraced Chicago Police Commander John Burge. Mark Maxson was tortured under that same regime. Yet he went to court. He didn't settle for the reparations. And therefore, he ended up getting a settlement from the city for $8,750,000. But it was Mayor Brandon Johnson, who delivered on that promise. Mayor Brandon Johnson promised during his first month in office to rebuild the social contract with Black Chicago, beginning with the actual construction of a permanent memorial to former Chicago Police Commander John Bird's torture victims that was promised in 2015. The social contract remains a work in progress, but the memorial is finally on its way. You know, I've been instrumental in fighting for brothers that was wrongfully convicted, that was tortured, since Aaron Patterson and the other brothers that was on death row with him until Governor Ryan made the decision to put a moratorium on the death penalty and free a lot of them brothers. I'm working with a brother's case that I've been working with for a long time, and that's Brother Gerald Reed. I'm also working to help free Larry Hoover with tens of thousands of other individuals. Now that's in the governor's hands. I want to let my viewing audience know I'm still pushing because I have faith that God has chosen Governor J.B. Pritzker as a vessel to free Larry Hoover. People keep asking me, when is he going to do it? I tell them only God knows when he's going to do it. I don't know. He'll tell the family before I will. But I pray that he do it before Militant Day parade. I believe that's August the 8th. Because I know that there's a lot of people that's screaming for Larry Hoover to be free, but they're hoping that the governor don't free him. Those individuals are making this political because they're with that MAGA movement, Trump supporters, and they pushing for Bailey to be the governor of Illinois. I know you're seeing it on the news where you see them come in and they disrupt city hall meetings. They try to find out where the governor at so that they can interrupt his press conferences. But I'm asking you, let us keep praying, keep swinging, not at one another, but fighting in the name of humanity and redemption, that the governor free Larry Hoover. As you also have seen within the news, the madness with the war in Iran, the unjust war from what we're hearing in the news. People saying it's unjust because the president, didn't go before Congress, which is a part of the Constitution. And there's been another killing, two more killings by ICE, and I believe it's in Maine. And people are seeing what they realize or feel is a matter of corruption that's coming out of the White House. I ain't passing no rumors or none of that. You can Google it. You're seeing it in the news as well, especially independent journalism. Where they see that this judge in Florida has ruled against the president having the right to pretty much sue himself for $10 billion, and made a decision to settle with himself to the tune of, I think, 1.7 or 1.8 billion slush fund. A judge in Florida dismissed the case because she felt like it was corruption. Our governor, J.B. Pritzker, whom I support, unapologetically and unconditionally, because I know him. And I know he's doing the right thing for the citizens in the state of Illinois. Take my word for it, Google the bills that he's passing. Even the bill about AI. And we as a people have to do what we have to do, because we realize that regardless of party lines or opinions, the decisions that's been made by the president and the Republican Party, the MAGA Republican Party, is hurting us as Americans. They try to push a bill to interfere with us having rights to vote. But it's up to the people, us, to get registered, get educated, take time, and find out who the candidates are that's running. Make your decision, but get registered to vote and come out and vote. We got a short time. The election is November 3rd, 2026. The next election, along with a school board election and a school board president election. Google the candidates that's in the race. You got the smartphone. Put the name in there. Google them. Find the pros and cons of them. And cast your vote. But we as a people got to get out here and vote. We got to get out here and register in numbers to vote. Or you're going to lose your rights. Your children and grandchildren would end up with no rights. I'm asking you, pay attention to all the candidates that's running for mayor of the city of Chicago, who wants to take Chicago back to what it once was, where it definitely was not fair to us as African Americans, nor for the Hispanics, that has got caught up with the ICE attack on them, nor has there been any development like it is now on the west side and the south side. Don't get it twisted with the few African-American women and African-American men that's running around with red hats and red shirts on. They got a right to their opinion, and they got a right to vote for who they want to vote for. But know that the ones that they pushing, you see it on the news, they disrupt the city council meetings, county board meetings. They want the president to come and lock up the governor and lock up the mayor. And they say out their own mouth, the reason that we having problems is because the president is holding up the money that was allocated to come to the state of Illinois and the city of Chicago. And they are cheering that. And they got a right to do what they want to do, just like I do. But I'm saying that Mayor Brandon Johnson was not responsible for the closing of the schools. Yet you got those out there saying it's his fault. Mayor Johnson was not responsible for losing the revenue stream that was meant for Chicago, the parking meter deal. He was not the mayor then. Take time and do this, I'm asking you. Google the bad things that Mayor Johnson did. Write it down. Then Google the good things that Mayor Johnson is doing. What you mean by that, Gator? The 2026 budget that they voted on in 2025, where 30 individuals voted for a budget against the budget that the mayor was trying to vote on in order for the rich people, or the 1%ers, or whatever they call themselves, to pay at least 0.000 or 0.8 to help with the budget, to make it balanced. The 30 voted against it. So the budget ended up being what it is for 2026. So they had to do, come June, they had to come with an assessment on the revenue that's been generated towards the 2026 budget. Out of what the mayor was talking about doing, compared to those that were saying they was going to bring new revenue in, the ones that was talking about this is their plan to bring new revenue in, their plan did not bring a dollar in to revenue. Don't take my word for it, Google it. And you'll see. That's why it's important to stand up, pay attention to what he's doing as opposed to what the noise is saying that he ain't doing. And I'm telling you, vote for who you want to vote for, but be an educated voter. Get registered, get educated by the candidates, because the choice is yours that you make. Don't forget, I'm seeing the news like you see in the news. A lot of the MAGA people that voted for Trump is crying more than the people that didn't vote for him. They're realizing the health care plan that Trump and them pushed and wanted to get rid of affected them more than it's affecting us. The SNAP benefits that Trump was holding back on affected them as much as it affecting us. The FEMA money that they weren't getting because of the bad weather is affecting them as much as it's affecting us. So I'm just saying, to God be the glory. This is Gator's story, and this is my appeal to you. Don't choke, come out and vote for whomever you want to vote for. Get registered, get educated, and cast your vote. To God be the glory. That's Gator's story.